Hey guys, I'm George Small.
And I'm Jared. And
hey, welcome back to Levels and Losers. We look at different characters that we all love from different video games and movies and such. And we kind of look at, if we were to create a character sheet for these guys, what a line would they be in Dungeons & Dragons? Hey, so who are we doing today, Jared?
Alright, so today we're going to be taking a character from an anime that everyone really enjoys, at least as far as I understand.
Oh, yeah.
One of everybody's favorite alchemists, although it's probably a good thing it's not raining outside, otherwise this episode would be completely useless.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing Roy Mustang, the Flame Alchemist.
Hey, Hawkeye, what the hell did you do that for?
You know as well as I do, you're useless on rainy days. Please stay back.
He was such a cool character. Watching him, you're just like, man, I wish I could do Flame Alchemy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And one of the things that I always really love about him is that he's a very ambitious character, but you just gotta love him. He's got one of those...
He's got those moments.
Yeah, he's got those really strong moments, but he doesn't let himself be completely power-hungry and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But just a little background on Roy Mustang. He is the Flame Alchemist in the country of Amestris. A Germanic-based country where they focus very heavily on alchemy, or as I like to refer it, the science of magic, right? The magic of science. And he is the only alchemist to practice flame alchemy, and uses that in order to achieve his ambitions to one day rule the country.
Exactly. He's trying to move up the ranks. He's recruiting his friends, right? Mm-hmm. Very strategic. But he also, along the way, he helps the Elric brothers accomplish their goal. And but yeah, let's talk about in the context. We've been talking with a few more with a few characters now about if we're going to create a character sheet, what alignment would Roy Mustang be? Yeah, good, evil, lawful, chaotic, maybe something in the middle. Who is he? Yeah. Let's talk about that. So so let's start out. Let's talk about the good versus evil. Good, evil.
Yeah. So something that I iterated in the movie with Jack Skellington, it kind of gets... It honestly bugs me a lot when I'm talking about it with other people and they instantly say, oh, he's one of the protagonists. He's got to be a good guy, right? Because I think of movies like Spawn, Deadpool, or you have all these different characters from different movies and shows that you can name that, though they're the protagonist, they're definitely not a good guy. And let's think about it. Roy Mustang, deep down, what's his number one goal? He's trying to...
Be the Führer.
Yeah, he's trying to become the Führer, where he's trying to be at the top of the country and rule it. He's trying to overthrow the government. I mean, albeit he is trying to do it in a much more slow, relaxed way, but in other words, doesn't that make him a lot like Emperor Palpatine? Where he is trying to do it through the correct means and make it so that the people want to change. Because he ascended to his position through the correct means. Proper channels, people put him there. And at the same time, though, he's trying to overthrow the government at his core. He's trying to become the leader, overthrow King Bradley because he thinks that things need to change. And I'd say that deep down, also a lot of the actions that he does, he hires on number 66, Barry the Chopper, in order to use this criminal to suit his own purposes. He helped out in the Ishvalan War. So many things that you can list off right away that would definitely not be considered good.
Good, yeah, right, because they're very questionable. And that's kind of where I'm thinking, yes, he's helping the Edward, our main characters, right, in the Full Metal Alchemist series, and but at the same time, there's lots of things he's very questionable. Mm-hmm. Some instances I think of is when he kills the two homunculi, right? Mm-hmm. More particularly with the second time he does it, and with Envy.
Look at those eyes! Those eyes!
Right? And it got, for me, watching it, I was like, oh my goodness. Way beyond, So it was you think, okay, maybe good people, they would avenge, but to what extent? He just went way beyond the bounds, in my opinion, to what a good character would do, right? even though it was for like his friend to avenge him, but it was like way beyond humane. You know, and stuff like that, and also too, where I like you brought up with Barry the Chopper. It's like, you know, as a good person, maybe he should have brought justice. He did murder lots of people, but instead he kept him around for his purposes, right? And so it just makes you think, you know, okay, you know, he has like an agenda that he wants to get done, and with that, he's willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants, right? And when it comes to morality, it's like, okay, you know, I need to get my hands dirty to accomplish what I need to get done.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so, is he good? You know, but he does do good things, right? But there's some evil things too. So maybe like in the middle, like the neutral as I'm thinking, right? But then the question is he like, if he's neutral, is it more like leaning towards good neutral, or is he like doing some evil neutral, you know? Where does he lean towards?
Yeah.
You know?
So, like, specifically, what makes you lean good or evil? Like,
you know, I think when you look at the big picture, right, what is he trying to do? Like, yes, he wants the power, but he's trying to help protect the people he loves. And I think that's a noble thing. Right? I mean, for me, you know, I want to protect my family, and if that means becoming the Führer and to protect everybody I love, I think that's a good thing.
Alright, I mean, I do remember, like, in the scene where it talks about his desire to become the Führer, he talks about, like, that pyramid scheme thing, like, he protects the people he loves, and they'll protect the people they love, so on. So...
Yeah, it's like, exactly this, kind of like this philosophy of, like, trickle down, not economics, but you know, trickle down like morality, maybe or something, you know. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So like, I can understand that viewpoint, and it is true. Like, he goes out of his way to help, like, even starting the rebellion. But I just can't necessarily. I just really can't see myself pegging him as a good character because, true, as you mentioned, he does lots of good things. Like, he is one of the people who helps save the country at the very end of the show.
Metal. I don't know how you can expect to see my condition when it's this dark in here.
Spoilers. But... but deep down, is he really based on, like, doing good deeds for the sake of being good? Like, a neutral... Like, I like how you said that he could very well be neutral. Because a neutral character doesn't necessarily do bad or good for any particular reason. Like, he's not doing it to be bad or to be good. It's just whatever suits his needs at the time, and... mostly they're driven based on immediate consequence. And so, like, he is just trying to save the people he loves. He's not particularly caring about, like, all the people out in South City or whatever. He's trying to do it because he has people he cares about and he's trying to save them. But, like, I still just can't peg him as a good character because he is too willing to flaunt that he is trying to raise the ranks. Like, specifically, I think of, one, he hires Barry the Chopper, like, albeit he never puts him to use as a killing tool. But the very fact that he's willing to hire who willingly flaunts the fact that he's a mass murderer and use him, like, can that really be considered good? Two, he was given the task to hunt down Scar, who was killing alchemists, like, left and right. And his first thing isn't like, oh, Scar must be brought to justice. He's like, excellent, I've been given this task because when I catch him, I will get one step closer to my goal. Yeah, and it's not just like bring him down to justice because of these murders, killing alchemists, like you said, but it's very self-interested. Exactly. This is like, these are like in a chessboard, right? Like, this is my move to get in, you know, to get the queen, right? Exactly. Or to get the king, you know. Yeah, and very glad you brought that up because very third point, to him, everything is about using what he has to his advantage. At the specifically, I'm referring to when he finds out that King Bradley is a homunculus, he tries to go and bring this to Central Command. But when he finds out they're all under his grasp, under King Bradley's grasp, and he's confronted with the choice, leave the State Alchemist program, knowing full well what it means, or continue. He says, you know what? I do admit, things are a lot more difficult now.
Yep.
But I haven't lost everything, and my goals have not changed. So if you don't mind, King Bradley, I would like to keep my State Alchemist position and my rank. Like, even though he fully knows well that the State Alchemy program is an attempt to create a gigantic Philosopher's Stone, he stays on specifically because his ambitions have not changed. That his goals have not changed, even knowing now what a Mistress is supposed to become.
Exactly. So, I mean, when it comes, to a decision, I think neutral.
Yeah.
For sure.
Neutral.
But it's not like, I'd say, maybe lean towards good.
Yeah.
But I'd say definitely neutral. So.
Yeah. Depending, not regardless of whichever way he tends to sway, I'd say neutral.
Neutral. Okay, so what about like lawful and chaotic, I would say with regards to the rules of society, like he's not just trying to just take over the government, just like full rebellion, right? Well, he's not right away, right?
Yeah.
He's doing it very tactfully. He's actually, he's going through the ranks. He's doing things legally, and so that eventually he can become the Führer and, eventually, bring about his purposes, right? But he's not fulling out right away in the beginning. He's like, oh, we're going to join me and we'll take over this government,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I would think, the lawful is definitely true.
Yeah, like, honestly, I'd like to make an argument for chaotic because I don't want to just let it sit at, oh, lawful, we made that in 10 seconds.
Because I'm always right.
Yeah. But honestly, even if I was going to argue chaotic, which would be very hard, there's not much that he does that's chaotic. Like, true, he does start that rebellion in Central at the very end.
He does,
but honestly, can you really consider that to be anti-lawful? Because he really did not have a choice. The only choice that he had at that point was to follow the lawful end, is to let the country become a Philosopher's Stone. Any resistance to that would have been breaking the law, because that was the entire point of the country.
Exactly. He was kind of put in that situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
even then, like, even after this entire rebellion, he tries to go back in and restore the order back to how it was before. Not trying to, okay, well, seeing as how everything's in shambles now, let's fix it how I want. He instead fixes it how it was before, and then tries to reestablish it from that set point.
Yep.
And granted, I would say he's a very mischievous character. Like, specifically, I remember that time where they were trying to catch Scar, and he was messing with them, giving in false reports, and I always smile at that scene because I love that scene where he's like, oh no, he's got me, okay, on to Sector 7, woo, this is really fun.
Right, you can't really see that personality. But, as an alliance standpoint, like, chaotic characters are, mischievous, they're tricksters, right, and so they have those aspects with them,
but
right?
Yeah, and it's like, but as you said before, like, his ambitions, what drives him, is going through naturally. He just has a mischievous side, and like, just because I pulled a prank on my brother doesn't make me a chaotic person in general.
Yeah, right.
So, I wish that I could make a strong argument for chaos.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he's not doing too much with his, throughout the series to show those chaotics, like has that personality with them, right?
Like, even at the very beginning, I compared him to Emperor Palpatine, who is downright a lawful evil character. And so, like, even if he isn't evil himself, the very fact is he tries to take over the government the same way Palpatine did, by using the system. And so I would say definitely lawful.
Okay. For verdict.
Lawful neutral?
Lawful neutral. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Lawful neutral archetype, I believe that was the judge. Someone who holds the law in high esteem and follows it to the T. Strengths obviously being that they never go outside the bounds of the law and they have a very strict moral code to keep them in line. But also because of their neutral tendencies, it means that they can tend to overreact to smaller grievances. Which we have seen that Roy Mustang, he can very much overreact.
Yeah. He reacts, yeah.
Remember those eyes? The eyes!
Yeah. Very cool. But what do you guys think, guys?
Yeah.
You guys have any opinions about that? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, like,
and we definitely want to hear from you.
Yeah, I mean, we're just two people. We are going to be wrong sometimes, and like we're going to have things that we hold too heavily, some things that we completely forget about. So please let us know your opinions.
Exactly. And if there's any characters you want us to do in your favorite TV shows, animes, video games, let us know. We love to talk about them.
Oh yeah, of course.
There are some ground rules though. I mean, like first one, like has to be from a specific universe.
Yeah, like
if you want Batman or something.
If you want us to do Batman, like which one are you wanting
Mm-hmm.
us to do? The one with the cartoons? Do you want us to do the one Dark Knight with Heath Ledger as the Joker? Like which one? Because each universe they'll have their own different personalities, and some of them even conflict. So we need to know specifically which one you're referring to.
Yep. And also, like, you know, these people have to have like a story, a background story. There has to be like some content. It can't be some random.
Yeah.
Like
I am sorry to say, but all you Ysolda fans out there for Skyrim, we can't do it. There's not enough to go
as much
off
as we
of.
love Skyrim, it's like we can't do like the dumb kid.
Yeah, there needs to be specific content for us to look at. Otherwise, everything is completely conjecture.
Exactly. And of course, you know, family friendly.
Yeah.
You know, and be appropriate.
Yeah, like we're fine doing anime characters, but obviously, if you try to direct us to some porn site, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. So, hey, thanks for watching again. Joining us here at Levels and Losers.
Yeah.
And we'll hope to see you next time. So,
Yeah. Have a good one.
Thank you.